Hey guys, this is Kelly with the Garden Whisperer. If you're unfamiliar with what I do, I design flower beds and garden beds for homeowners where they can either install it themselves or they can hire a landscaper to install it for them according to the design plans. So I'm really pissed off today. Actually, for the past 2 days, I've been pissed off. So the male deer have been in my yard and they literally took that cover off and that cover off of my cypress trees. And luckily they did not touch that once it came off. And I put them on there for a little bit of frost protection, but also to keep the deer off in the winter, because no matter what you have, if it's evergreen, they're going to eat it. And they took this one off and they actually had bitten off. I'm going to show you some of the foliage. So as you can see right there, right there, right there, right there. So I'm fuming mad because this is how sick they are. And I have such anger issues with them anymore. It's not even funny. They're such a nuisance. And I'm just tired of them. And there's just such an overpopulation of them out here that it really is really aggravating. So I'm royally pissed off. And let me tell you, there's many a choice word that I call them when I'm not on film. I'm not even kidding. I'm like a truck driver. I get so angry. So this is the cypress. It's looking kind of sad right now, but it is winter time, so I'm hoping it perks back up. But in the spring, but you can see they got pieces all around. I'm just fuming mad. So luckily they didn't take it out or anything, so I think they tried to eat it and realized they didn't really like it, but I don't care. The fact that it had rocks on it. This thing had rocks on it. As you could see, I pulled them off. And they still pulled it off. So I'm pretty sure it's the male deer, because they've been in my yard lately. And they've just been eating everything. And I'm done. I'm so done with them. They are such a nuisance out here. There's an overpopulation of them. There's literally 20 of them in my yard a day. And they just don't stop. I mean, they're literally like garbage disposals. I've never even seen anything like it. So if you have evergreen shrubs or trees out here in Northeast PA, my advice is definitely cover them. And I'm going to show you what to cover them with instead of these going forward. This was just temporary because I had to buy more of the metal cages that I bought for 2 other trees that I have. And I'll show you that in a minute. But then look, they pooped in my garden right there. And there was another mound right over there. And I just shoveled that up. So we're going to shovel this out of my flower bed. Stupid scumbags. Can you tell? I have such hatred towards them now. It's bad. This is disgusting. Slobs. Oh, I get really angry. It's bad. I never used to be like this. I love them. But, maybe if there were only just a couple in my yard a day. But there's literally 20 a day, if not more. And they just eat everything. I mean, they even got, look at this. They even got to my iris foliage. And that's supposed to be highly deer resistant. What is that? Oh, that's weird. It's like a shell of something. But they should be fine. They should come back. But I'm just fuming. I'm fuming today, and I do not like them. They've just become such a huge nuisance. So, all right, but I'm going to show you really quick. I'm just looking for more poop. I don't know why they think all of a sudden my flower bed is their toilet. Ugh, angry. Yeah, see? Here. And they dug this out to get at this iris. Stupid jerks. Ugh. I am so angry. Not even funny. But anyway, so luckily the trees were not completely taken out. And they didn't touch that one, which was surprising to me. But, all right, so the poop is gone. Thank God, that was just disgusting. I gotta actually rinse this. I'll do that in a minute. When I'm off film, I'll rinse the shovel off. But I'm gonna show you. This is the cage that I bought. And this thing is awesome. Now you put it together, it's really simple, and it has, this is even better, it's got doors on each side. So if you have to get into it to water or fertilize, you can do it. Now I only use these to cover for the winter, like late fall to winter, because the deer will get at everything and anything. So they did get at the top of this before I put the cage on it in the fall. And same with the Skywalker, the little one right there. Or Skyrocket, that's what it is, Skyrocket, juniper. So the problem with that though is when they get the top leader, it's not going to grow back. The foliage will, if there's foliage on the edges, you know, the stuff that's sticking out on the sides, that'll grow back. So we'll see what these end up looking like as they get bigger. I'm hoping they don't look completely horrible, but they're both kind of pyramid style trees. Just the Skywalker is very thin compared to this. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but they luckily didn't get at that one, and I covered that one with as you can see, the frost cover. And then, of course, this is evergreen also. This is Juncus corkscrew plants. And as you can see, the deer got at that. But that's okay, because the great thing about these is I'm going to cut these back in the spring, and they will just put on new growth and get huge again. So all good. They didn't defeat me in that one. So anyway, so I'm going to be getting more of these cages, but they're expensive. They're like $200 a pop. So, and you put it together when it gets here. The sides are separate from the top, and it's pretty easy. You just screw it in by these little screws here. And then you have to put these little things, these things, you put them in. So, and that holds that piece together. But so yeah, so that's, but they're like $200 a pop, and I need literally like 9 of them. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Lovely. Ugh. More deer poop. It's disgusting. But so yeah, so my advice out here in Northeast PA is, excuse me, sneezing. If you have any evergreen shrubs, cover them in the winter, late fall to winter, because they will eat them. Even though they're supposed to not like them, they will eat anything in the winter because they're psycho. So this is a, what are you, little guy? You're an elf mountain laurel. I think it's going to get like 3 feet tall and wide, and it pushes out these really pretty white to pink flowers. So I planted this very late fall, so it was kind of too late, but it looks like it's doing okay. But they did get at it when I first planted it, but that's okay. Just a couple pieces were nibbled off, so I surrounded it with this temporarily. And just make sure your stakes are in deep enough so that the stupid male deer can't push it over, because that's what they do. And that is the one who I think had taken the frost covers off of the trees. That's who I think did it. Now, I'm so curious. I stalk my plants in the winter. I planted Spanish bluebells in here around the rocks. I don't see anything coming up yet. But you'd be surprised, my daffodil bulbs, they start pushing out new growth sometimes I've seen it in January. So it's all good, and they do just fine. And I also had planted lily of the valley plants here, but they didn't do anything, and the company refunded me, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because they aren't going to do anything until the spring, or I could have just had a dud batch, but we'll see what happens. So they were planted there, and then, this is so funny. This was a free plant. This was my Japanese forest grass. This is going to get pretty big, but I'm probably, another deer hoof print, I'm probably going to plant this maybe over there somewhere. I'm going to move it. I just put it there temporarily because it was a free plant. Not a clue where I was going to put it yet because I didn't even plan for it. So all good. And then I'm going to show you, oh, look, more deer poop, because they just are constantly, and more deer poop constantly in my yard. Oh, I hate them. I really don't like them anymore. Oh, and here's the other thing. As you can see, they've already started getting at these, which these are supposed to be deer resistant, and for the most part they are. But of course, and we've got some new growth coming out here, which is good. But all this old foliage is going to get cut off in the spring anyway. But this one was the only one that bloomed last year. Or no, actually, we had the other one in one of the ones in the back. I don't know if it was this one or this one, but they had bloomed, but then the stupid deer stepped on the bloom stalk and broke it right off. So, but they still eat this. These are hellebores, Lenten rose, and they are highly deer resistant spring, summer, and most of fall, but then the winter comes out here and the stupid jerks eat everything. And same with the leucothuena. That was doing really great, but look, they ate all of the foliage off it, and I put this table over it to kind of deter them. But I have faith that it'll push out new growth in the spring and summer. But they do not touch it. It is highly deer resistant. Not 100%, nothing is. Because like I said, they're sick in the head out here. They really have mental issues. But, so this is highly deer resistant in spring, summer, and most of fall. Just when it gets to the point of freezing temps, they just eat everything. So, and it is evergreen, which is why they took all the leaves off. So if you have anything that's evergreen, where it doesn't lose its leaves in the winter, my suggestion out here is cover it, because I'm going to show you a perfect example. These are my Autoleucon Lordal shrubs. See how this one's covered and it's nice and green. It's got all its foliage on it. And look at these. Look at how small and eaten that is. They completely have eaten the leaves. And same with this one. So that's okay, because each year I'm just going to be covering and covering and covering so they can't get anything. And unfortunately, it's a real inconvenience and it's expensive, but it's worth it to me in the end. And my goal down the road is to have my entire property lined with trees and shrubs so it becomes a natural barricade so that they can't get into it. Yep, and I'm actually even thinking, and look, we've got lots of water here. This is a very water-filled area. But yeah, so my goal is just to, like I said, I'm just going to be putting some shrubs in here this spring. I think I'm going to do some holly, and I'm going to be transplanting. And here's the thing, there was a geranium here, and I don't know if they got the whole thing or not, but the deer definitely ate it. And the geraniums are deer resistant too, but not in the winter. So who knows? And then this one is the snake root, and I think I'm going to be transplanting that this spring. And I'm going to be replacing it with a holly shrub, I think. We'll see what happens, but so, because I just don't like where it's at. I don't like it next to the, this is looking pathetic, next to the Sun King Aralia shrub that I have here. And I probably should have cut that back, but I could cut it back in the spring. It's not a big deal. So, but that was growing really great. And then I'm hoping that the monks would all start to kick up this spring and get better. And I'm also going to limb up some of these trees that are hanging over the flower bed. Even though this is a shade flower bed, I still feel like there's just too much shade. So I'm going to probably just limb up a little bit. I hate doing it, but it has to be done. And same with that one. Just the ones that are hanging over. And it's just going to add more sunlight to stuff. So we'll see what happens. Oh, and it looks like, oh, so there's the, that is, oh my God, I went blank. Dead nettle. That's dead nettle. And that's pretty much deer resistant, of course, not in the winter. So everything has pretty much died back, and now you can't even see the heucheras. There's more dead nettle. It's kind of evergreen, but they definitely ate it. So, and the garden guardian, the deer have knocked over again, because they're morons. Let's put you over here, little guy. So he guards the garden. Not like he's doing a great job of it, but that's his mission, his purpose. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm just furious. I'm furious. I can't stand them. Cannot stand the deer anymore. I've had enough. So, yeah, like I said, if you have, that's my suggestion, if you have evergreen shrubs that don't die back in the winter, definitely cover them in late fall to the winter, because the stupid morons will get at it. And you can see, look at all the water filling up here. This is the project this spring. This fire pit is getting done, even if it kills me. It's getting done. So, and then we have the geum over here. They're all died back, but that's okay, because they will come back, and hopefully this year they will do really well in this spot, and I'll start getting some serious blooms from them. But so yeah, so that's it for today's video, guys. I just wanted to rant a little bit about the deer, because I'm just fed up with them. I'm so fed up. And like I said, I'm not even kidding. When I'm not on film, many a choice word come out of my mouth when it comes to the deer. Like I said, I sound like a truck driver. So, I don't know, guys. I'm just looking at all my plants. I'm trying to see. There's still some daffodils that were planted here under the ajuga, but I don't see anything popping up yet. So maybe in a couple weeks to a month. It's usually, like I said, I've seen them pop up in like January, February. So we're closing in on it. We're the end of December, 2024. So they should. And the other thing is, I'm going to be transplanting the lily of the Nile plants this coming spring. They bloom better when they're root bound, so I'm going to put them in pots and then put the pots in the ground and see how they do. And oh, and what is going on here? This got moved. Probably the deer tried to get at it because they're stupid. Oh, I hate them so much. I really do. Like, it's getting bad. I used to love them. Not anymore. I'm just trying to see if I could see any daffodil stuff popping up. And I also planted hyacinth in here, so I don't see anything just yet. And you can see, look at this. All deer hoof prints all throughout here. They just walk all over everything. Oh, it just really aggravates me. I can't. I just don't even want them in my yard anymore. All right, so I don't see anything popping up yet. I'm looking, and I don't see anything. Just deer prints. Stupid. Oh, I have such angry issues. Angry issues with the deer. I want to punch them in their snouts when they come in my yard. I'm not even kidding. Look at that hoof print. Stupid jerks. They just mess everything up. I don't know. I don't see any daffodil foliage or anything popping up out of the ground yet. So in a little while longer, maybe in the next month, like I said, we'll check it again. And hopefully I'll see the hyacinths popping up too. That will be great. And I have some transplanting to do this spring. And a lot of stuff is going to get moved around. And this, I think, is actually going to get... This is the sedum that I can never leave uncovered because the deer get at it. So I think I'm going to be... And it never gets the chance to bloom in the fall because the deer just keep eating it. So I think this coming season, I'm going to dig it up and I'm going to put it in a pot. And then in the winter, I am going to just put it downstairs under the grow lights in the basement and just bring it out every season and keep it on the deck because it's just an uphill battle. It's not even worth it anymore. So, all right, guys, but that's it for today. I just wanted to come out and check on all my plants and stuff. And I keep saying that's it, but then I keep talking. And this one, luckily, they did not pull the cover off this and do anything to it. And this is the lilac. Oh, yeah. You can see they got at that. They make me so sick. I can't. And the lilacs are supposed to be deer resistant, but they never are. Another one. They got another piece right there. That looks like kind of chewed. I swear. Maybe that's why it's never going to bloom, because they just don't stop eating it. I don't know. And then the viburnum over here, as you can see, this is all deer damage to this. They ripped right through it. So I think I'm going to transplant this and put it in more sun. And I just don't know where I'm going to put it, though, to be quite honest, because the sun that I have in my yard is like this area right here. That's it. And maybe a little over there, but I'm not going to put it right in the middle of the yard over there. So I was thinking of putting it here, but I don't know. It's a viburnum bush, snowball viburnum. So they're white, round flowers, kind of look like hydrangeas. They say they're deer resistant, but nope, because like I said, they keep going after that one. So I don't know. And it has yet to bloom, and it's been in that spot for a few years now, and I think it's just not getting enough sun, although it says it should be fine in part sun, that's what that area is, and it doesn't get it, and it hasn't bloomed, and it's struggling to get big. So, and it's supposed to be a fast-growing shrub, I believe. So all good, guys, one thing at a time. So anyway, that's it for today's video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you're interested in hiring my design services, you can reach me at www.the-garden-whisperer.com. Until next time, guys, happy gardening. Bye.